And welcome back to our community. Susie Thomas here with Corey Easterday from Current Initiatives. He oversees the Laundry Project throughout Ohio and also Affordable Christmas here in Stark County, Canton, and Uniontown specifically. And good morning again, Corey.
Good morning, Susie.
And we were just leaving off before the break. You were talking about what a difference it makes to somebody who has clean clothes. Tell me about specific individuals whose path you have crossed, that you've gotten to talk with, and how you're able to relate to them. I remember reading somewhere that you said to someone, well, here, I know I always have trouble with this part of it too. Let me show you what I have found works well as far as doing laundry. And just being able to go alongside with people rather than just, I'm here to help you. It's more really coming alongside, isn't it? And respecting them as individuals and helping them be their best self.
Exactly. And man, I'm thinking of stories and names. I'm thinking of like Patty and Lori and Tanya and Dale and, just numerous people that we've gotten to know over the years. Mike, Chuck, just people that, too many to mention really, that because we take a posture of saying, hey, we don't have all the answers. Our volunteers don't have all the answers. Just we as an organization and people want to come and be with you in community and really walk through life together in the small window that we have, but then also connect you to other people and places and things that can help you do that also. A beautiful picture takes place where I get to share my story and hear their story. And when that happens, it's no longer just about what we're giving them necessarily that they need. Like, it's good to meet tangible needs, but I know that there's a lot of systems of charity where, we get to give, and so we feel good about that. And then people that are in need get to receive, and so they feel good about that. But not necessarily a lot of mutual relationship happens. And so we try to really bridge that gap. And I remember just actually talking to a family at one of our Akron projects. Her name was Cheryl. She was somebody that knew what it was like to kind of live in this situation, grow up in this. But Cheryl wasn't there just to get laundry done. She was there as a volunteer and with her friend Bob, and they were with South Street Ministries, one of our great partners in that area. And they came, and they're people that they, just as much as anyone, might have a need for something like this. But instead of viewing it and viewing them solely through that lens and saying, well, you're just a person in need that we're here to save or help, so to speak. We blow that out of the water in half for years and just say, if you want to just come here and help us put quarters in machines, help us volunteer, like you just have as much to give back to this community as anyone. So it's really helping each and every person, regardless of where they're at in the process, whether they're just there to get laundry done, volunteer, both, whatever, understand that for this community to work, that every person is crucial, which I stole that from Corey Hunka and the Martin Center. They have an epic retreat, every person's crucial. So I can't take credit for that. But
epic, yeah. But that is good to remember, and you can't say it too many times.
Right.
Well, I love the fact that you're able to enumerate names. So you must have repeat customers. Does this mean that you go into the same laundromats, or do you switch it up a little bit?
Yeah, so we plan our projects on rhythms that we think are most helpful. In Canton, the last few years, we've had a more consistent rhythm of about every month. Akron, Cincinnati, we do quarterly, and I think next year we'll move into doing all our locations more on a every other month quarterly basis because we just want to do our best, with the money we're given, raising money, all those sorts of things to just be good stewards of all the resources we have, stuff like that. So we've done them consistently enough, though, and part of the DNA of how we started that even if it's every other month or quarterly in a city, it's still plenty of opportunity to really get to know people. And it's all about the partnerships that we have with other organizations. Every time we're in Akron, we're working with South Street Ministries. So we're getting to know those same people that they bring to volunteer, or families or whatever, just over and over, getting them connected with other area groups. Because we realize that this is an event, that this is sort of a one-time 3-hour sort of thing that we're doing. And we try to be consistent in cities, but that's where we rely heavily on our partnering organizations to help, like I said, pick up the slack and just be able to continually connect with families in these cities. For example, when we go to Cincinnati, we always have an awesome group of medical students from the University of Cincinnati that work with us that have a super huge heart and care about that community. And so we're just connecting them to families that they want to connect with and vice versa. And so really, at the end of the day, our main role, my main role, is just a facilitator of community.
Do you receive other kinds of donations other than monetary? Can people bring clothing? Maybe even food? I'm thinking donuts or coffee or something for during a laundry day. What does a laundry day look like?
Absolutely. So we say it costs about $700 to pull off a laundry project. That's including all sorts of quarters and laundry supplies and food and all that stuff. And we have people that will donate laundry supplies, detergent, bleach, fabric softener, etc. Oftentimes when we're in a city, we'll work closely with Starbucks and they'll donate coffee, things like that. So there's all sorts of ways that people can get involved and get connected with laundry projects. And I think the best ways to figure that out is by going to ohiolaundrybycurrent.org. And that has, donate supplies, all sorts of information for how people can get involved that way.
Yeah, let's give all these websites again. If you're interested in helping out with the laundry project, go to ohiolaundrybycurrent.org. All spelled out, all lowercase?
Mm-hmm.
ohiolaundrybycurrent.org. Also, christmasbycurrent.org. Is Christmas capitalized and then everything else lowercase?
It's all lowercase.
Okay, all lowercase. Yeah. christmasbycurrent.org. Or you can just go to currentofohio.org.
Yes.
And any of those websites will give you information. All right, laundry day takes some time. It's a long day. You're kind of hanging out, waiting for your laundry to be done. I know on occasion I've gone to the laundromat and it's sort of a sitting around. Is there opportunity to chat, and is there fellowship and kind of a hanging out together through this waiting for the clothes to get clean?
Yeah, so a big reason why we do what we do is so that we can connect with families through conversation and get to know their stories. We'll coach volunteers ahead of time. Hey, focus on the positives of people's story. What they do for a living, how many kids do they have, just ask about their family life. You really get to know people that way because there is so much downtime. And one of the cool things that we just got to do last week, I was at a project in Oakland, California, and we got to partner with the Clinton Global Initiative for their Wash Time, Talk Time initiative, where they're really emphasizing talking and reading and singing to kids ages 0 to 5 as just a way to develop cognitive ability better and learn more vocabulary. And so they brought volunteers, all sorts of educational resources for families, books, etc. So doing things like that, I told them they're kind of the peanut butter to our jelly, if you will, because we have so much downtime at the laundromat with families that it becomes an opportunity to resource and equip them and empower them in all sorts of other ways through conversation and other stuff.
Yeah, that brings up kinds of things that you don't even think about, that ways to volunteer that wouldn't even just reading to kids or bringing some books or some games or some fun things to do together, because children, that can be a long day for a child that has to sit around in a laundromat. You can speak to that a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah, we were having dinner with the president of the Coin Laundry Association last week, and we were talking about kids and laundromats and all that, and I was like, yeah, when I was a kid, I would crawl around looking for quarters and all those sorts of, you just find little ways to entertain yourself, but it can be a stressful experience just for a family in general because, laundromats aren't necessarily inherently always fun places to go to for families. So that's why, we would say that we try to turn them into community centers of hope with our volunteers.
Talk about a laundry day in that sense then. What you are really turning this into is almost a celebration day. Everybody's getting clean clothes. We're going to have activities. There's often food. A time to really fellowship with others. This is a whole different view and a whole different picture of any given laundromat on a Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah. So as a kid growing up, I spent probably 8 to 10 hours a day watching TV just because my mom had to work a lot and I didn't have a lot of friends and our situation just wasn't awesome in general. I was very behind socially and just different things. And so I didn't, all that to illustrate, I didn't have a whole lot of positive things happening on a day-to-day basis. My mom's out there doing her best, trying to make ends meet, just different things. And so one of the things I always encourage our volunteers with and people that come to laundry projects is you have to understand that for a lot of families, this is not making assumptions. This is just based on talking to people, hearing their stories. There's not always a lot of positive things happening very consistently. One of the things that I've had to work through personally is this sort of chaos theory you develop when you're living in constant stress and having things happen to you or so much. you think that the world is just a bad, evil place and that things are just going to keep happening negatively. And so we get a unique opportunity on Saturdays to spend 3 hours creating an absolutely positive environment for families where they can connect with each other, connect with their own kids, etc.
It's awesome. Corey Easterday, a remarkable young man who, on his own, got this idea for the laundry project and then hooked up with current initiatives and really took off. So you have one laundry project under your belt for the month of November, 2 more coming up. Let us know about those.
Yeah, so November 14th, we'll be partnering with the Walnut Hills High School Community Action Team in Cincinnati, Ohio. And on November 21st, we will be partnering with the chapel in North Canton to do another laundry project here in Canton, Ohio.
And go to ohiolaundrybycurrent.org for more information on that. And then we've got Affordable Christmas coming up. Let us know about the dates and times and places for that.
Yeah, so Affordable Christmas will be December 12th in Canton, Ohio. Will be that event. And then December 13th in Uniontown, Ohio. December 12th will be from about 11 to 2 p.m., about a 3-hour event. And then December 13th in Uniontown will be 3 to 6. And again, those for those interested in volunteering or donating, christmasbycurrent.org is the absolute best spot to go to. You can sign our volunteer registration form, pick from a number of jobs. Like we have personal shoppers that walk with families through the event. We have, checkout, gift wrapping, all sorts of fun stuff. We set up the day before for each event and then a little bit the day of. So there's ways to get involved there. And really just to paint a picture for those who don't know about Affordable Christmas, a family walking in this year is basically going to have an opportunity to hang out in our waiting area, enjoy Christmas cookies, all sorts of fun stuff, activities with volunteers. And then a personal shopper comes to get the family, and they shop through all sorts of brand new toys at a tenth of the cost. We check them out. We wrap gifts. We just make it, again, much like the laundry project, a positive community atmosphere.
So much fun. And for more information on that one, christmasbycurrent.org. Corey, wow, we're almost out of time, but just for you personally, what does it mean, what has it meant to be able to be involved with these, and what goals do you have for the future? What's coming up next?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I'm in my mid-20s, so I feel like I'm in a perpetual state of, thinking about what's next. But, for me personally, this has always been a great joy, and it's just been an opportunity for me to interact and hear with so many people's stories. It's been an incredibly humbling thing. I used to be a person that thought I had all the answers and thought I knew everything and could save everybody, struggled with that mentality. And doing this more and more has taught me that that is truly not the case. And so getting to see communities from the light of, just a different light has been really awesome. So what's next, we'll see, but a lot of dreams on the horizon.
Very cool. Corey Easterday, we thank you so much for what you're doing. Do go to these websites, currentofohio.org, christmasbycurrent.org, and ohiolaundrybycurrent.org. For the Light 95.9 WNPQ, Susie Thomas, this has been our community.